JP Morgan Chase CEO Jamie Dimon says global risks to the economy may be the greatest they've ever seen since World War II. He's also expecting inflation and interest rates to remain high, writing, quote, "It's important to note that the economy is being fueled by large amounts of government deficit spending and past stimulus. There's also a growing need for increased spending as we continue transitioning to a greener economy, restructuring global supply chains, boosting military expenditure, and battling rising healthcare costs." EJ Antoni is a research fellow for regional economics at the Heritage Foundation and joins me now. That was a lot of econ speak for basically the following, EJ. Joe Biden's economy is not as rosy as Joe Biden makes it out to be. So in reality, how dire is our nation's economy, and what does this mean for our financial future?
Well, Todd, I think Dimon really hits the nail on the head here. We cannot continue spending, borrowing, printing money, and over-regulating at the pace that we have seen during the Biden administration and expect anything other than disaster in the long term.
Meantime, got to get your thoughts on this. Everybody's talking about this. Part and parcel of what Dimon was talking about is that we're overspending from a government perspective. We're eliminating debt, which is just basically kicking the can down the road and hurting us financially. Joe Biden being ripped over his latest student loan handout plan. As you know, it includes canceling up to $20,000 in interest for millions of borrowers. That, of course, EJ, as you know, on top of the $146 billion of loan cancellations the White House already approved. To me, it's pretty simple. Joe Biden is really hemorrhaging the youth vote, and he's trying to buy that vote back. What are your thoughts?
Todd, again, I think that's pretty spot on. The president continues to underperform with that cohort of voters because his economic policies have been disastrous for them, especially in regards to the fact that many of them will never be able to buy a home, part of the American dream. And so he is trying to use this handout. And let's be clear, forgiveness is just a euphemism, which means taxpayer-funded bailout. And the Biden administration is trying to use such a bailout in order to, as you said, buy votes.
Do you think it will work, though, EJ?
No, I don't, mostly because I don't think it's ever going to get across the finish line. It is blatantly unconstitutional, just like his last attempt at student loan forgiveness was.
And I know you're the economist, I'm the lawyer. There's something in the law called admission against interest. When you go out in front of the public and say, the Supreme Court said I couldn't do this, and I'm going to ignore them, that's really bad in a court of law. And that's exactly what Joe Biden's doing with the student loan bailout, and to your point, should get overturned by that very same Supreme Court. EJ Antoni, got to leave it there. Thank you for your insight. Appreciate it.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.